Jungkook leaned against a locker, his eyes sparkling as he was talking with a girl from his class. "Your smile is brighter than the sun," he said smoothly, flashing his signature charming smile. The girl blushed harder, looking down shyly. "Really, Jungkook? You're just saying that," she replied, and her voice barely above a whisper. "No, I'm serious. I wouldn't lie to someone as beautiful as you," he insisted, and his eyes twinkled with naughtiness. As he continued to flirt, another girl joined them, laughing along with him. Jungkook turned his attention to her. "I bet you can't guess who I'm thinking about right now," he said teasingly while looking at her. "Who?" she asked, eagerly, her eyes wide with curiosity. "Someone who always makes my day brighter," he said, winking playfully. "Oh, stop it, Jungkook," she giggled lightly, hitting his arm. "Can I say one thing? I don't like your friend Ryan. She always interrupts while you compliment me," she said, pouting her lips. "It's okay, she must be jealous of your beauty. She's a devil. Don't mind her," he said, and winked at her playfully. He said something to put him in trouble, not knowing who heard him. "Jungkook," he called out, grabbing his earlobe tightly. He winced in pain, trying to pull away his ear from your grip. "Ouch, Juan, leave me," he groaned. "Am I devil?" you said a little seriously. I'm sorry, leave me, Juan. He was requesting you." "No way," you said playfully. "I will leave only if you promise to stop flirting with other girls." "Juan, come on, you are hurting me," he pleaded, trying to pry your fingers off his ear. "Promise me," you demanded, tightening your grip just a bit more. Okay, I promise," he said quickly, and his voice strained. You released his ear, and he rubbed it, pouting at you. The girls around him looked at you seriously. "What are you doing? Leave from here," you shouted at those girls, and they looked at you seriously before walking away from there. "You're so mean, Ryan," he wailed, still rubbing his ear. "I'm not mean, I'm just looking out for you," you replied, crossing your arms while raising an eyebrow. "Yeah, right, more like looking out for yourself," he muttered, while a playful smirk forming on his lips. "Maybe," you admitted with a shrug. "But seriously, stop flirting with every girl you see," Jungkook sighed dramatically, throwing his hands up in surrender position. Fine, I promise. Happy now?" "Very happy," he said, giving him a satisfied smile. "Okay, let's go. We are running late to the class." You both quickly walked towards your classroom. As you walked together, you felt relief. Jungkook was your best friend, and while his flirting could be annoying, you knew he always had your back. But you don't like if he gives his attention to anyone except you. You and Jungkook walked into the classroom together, chatting casually. As soon as you entered, you noticed Meena, the girl who had a huge crush on Jungkook. She was sitting at her desk, her eyes lighting up as soon as she saw him. She smiled warmly, and Jungkook smiled back. His eyes stayed on her for a moment longer than you liked. You felt jealousy but tried your best to hide it. You took a deep breath and forced a smile, following Jungkook to your usual bench. The sadness on your face was hard to mask, but you hoped he would not notice it. As you sat down, you decided to divert his attention. "Jungkook, did you finish the assignment for today?" you asked, trying to sound casual. Jungkook didn't reply. His eyes were still on Meena, who was glancing at him shyly from across the room. You were annoyed and grabbed your book and hit his arm lightly. Ouch, he groaned, turning to you with a playful glare. What happened, devil? Why are you hitting this innocent boy? I was asking you about the assignment, but you're too busy focusing on the girl who has a crush on you, you said, your tone a mix of frustration and jealous. Jungkook chuckled, shaking his head. Cool devil, she has an interest in me and I'm just entertaining her. I don't want to hurt anyone's heart. You rolled your eyes, trying to ignore hurtful feelings in your chest. I can see you're slowly turning into a playboy. He looked at you shocked. Come on, I'm not that type of guy, at least not for now, he said with a cheeky smile. You couldn't help but laugh a little, but the jealousy was still there. Just don't forget about your best friend, you said, poking his arm. Never, he replied, smiling at you warmly. Just then the teacher walked in and the class settled down. As the lesson began, you tried to focus on the topic, but you couldn't help but notice Jungkook and Mina exchanging looks. Each time they looked at each other, you felt a sharp pain in your heart, though you couldn't quite understand why. You sighed, trying to concentrate on your notes. Focus on why you matter to yourself. She has crush on him, not he has. But it did mean something. The more you saw them exchanging looks, the more it hurt. You had never realized just how much attention meant to you until now. It was more than just jealousy. Finally, the class was ended. You quickly packed your things as you were eager to leave. Jungkook noticed you and frowned. Hey, are you okay? He asked, concern evident in his voice. I'm fine, you replied quickly, avoiding his gaze. He looked like he wanted to say more, but Mina walked up to him, her face bright with excitement. Jungkook, can you help me with the assignment? I'm a bit lost, she said sweetly. Jungkook glanced at you, then back at Mina. Sure, I can help you, he said, giving her a reassuring smile. You felt a lump in your throat, but you managed to keep your composure. I will see you later, Jungkook, you said, trying to sound casual. Wait, Ryan, he called after you, but you were already walking away, not wanting to see any more of their interaction. You hurried down the hallway. Your heart was heavy. The pain was almost overwhelming now. You found a quiet spot outside and sit down, trying to sort out your emotions. It wasn't just jealousy. You have fear of losing him to someone because you have feelings for him and you didn't know how to say this to him. As you sat there lost in thoughts, you felt a presence beside you. You looked up to see Jungkook standing there. His expression is serious. Ryan, what's going on? You have been acting weird all day, he asked, sitting down next to you. You sighed, not meeting his eyes. It's nothing really. I'm just tired. Don't lie to me. I know you better than anyone, he said softly. If you know, then you would not behave like this, Jungkook. It's just seeing you with Mina bothers me. You wanted to say this, but you didn't know why you were not feeling like saying, so you lied. I think my stomach is upset. I have to use washroom, he said, and quickly ran to the washroom where he was a little confused. After leaving Jungkook, you went to the washroom to gather yourself. Once inside, you checked and realized you had gotten your period. Sighing, you took a pad from the pad bank in the washroom and went through the familiar routine. After making sure everything was in place, you stood in front of the mirror. I think it's just because of my mood swings that I became emotional about Jungkook being attracted to Mina. It's my imagination. I don't have any love for him. You told yourself to keep your emotions calm. You splashed cold water on your face, hoping it would help clear your mind. Taking a deep breath, you left the washroom and walked back to the classroom. As you entered, you saw Jungkook sitting beside Mina at her bench. He was explaining something to her, pointing at her notebook. You felt jealousy but quickly pushed it down. As you walked behind him, he noticed you and held your wrist to stop you. "Ryan, is everything okay?" he asked, as his eyes filled with concern. He forced a small smile and nodded. "Yeah, everything is fine," he said before going to your bench. Jungkook smiled back and turned his attention to Mina again, continuing to explain the topic. You sat down trying to focus on your own work, but it was impossible. Your eyes kept drifting back to Jungkook and Mina. "It's just a mood swing. I'm not sad," you whispered to yourself, trying to convince your mind. But no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't ignore the way Jungkook was smiling at Mina or the way she looked at him. It made you feel uneasy even though you knew you shouldn't feel this way. Then suddenly the cramps started to come on slowly. At first, just a dull ache in your lower abdomen. You are moving in your seat, trying to find a more comfortable position. But the pain gradually worsened, becoming sharp and intense. You leaned over your desk, trying to close your eyes and breathe through the pain, but it was almost unbearable. "Please, not now," you thought, clenching your fists on the desk. You tried to focus on something else, but the pain was so bad. Jungkook had been sneaking glances at you while he was helping Mina. He was not feeling well, that something was wrong. You tried to sit up straight, pushing through the pain with willpower. The teacher came in to start the class, and he took it as a chance and came to you. He leaned in closer and whispered, "What happened, Van? Are you okay?" You forced a smile and replied, "I'm fine, Jungkook." But Jungkook wasn't convinced. He could see the discomfort in your eyes and the way you were holding your stomach. Finally, school was over and you slowly walked down the corridor, trying to ignore the pain. Jungkook was packing up when Mina approached him. "Shall we go for coffee?" she asked, smiling. He glanced at you, noticing how you were walking without waiting for him like you usually did. "No thanks, Mina. Ryan needs me," he said and quickly ran towards you. Mina smiled understandingly as she knew he doesn't have place for anyone in his heart except for you. But to not hurt her feelings, she was maintaining good relationship with him, knowing he doesn't want to hurt her, as she sensed it. Without a word, he picked you up in his arms, surprising you. "Jungkook, put me down," you said, feeling embarrassed. "No, I will not. You're not feeling well. Let's go home," he said firmly and took you to his car. Mina watched with disappointment as he didn't care about her. She knew you were his priority. He carried you to his car gently, sitting you down in the passenger seat. You tried to stop him again, but he gave you a look that silenced you. "Just rest, Van," he said softly, starting the car. The drive to your house was quiet, with Jungkook glancing at you every few moments to make sure you were okay. You leaned back in the seat. The pain was still there, but it was comforting as Jungkook was there, taking care of you. When you arrived at your house, Jungkook directly brought you to the bedroom, as it wasn't new for him. Your parents knew about your close friendship and trusted him completely. "Let's go to your bed," he said gently as he helped you sit on your bed. "Now tell me what's wrong," he said, leaning back against the pillows. "I have bad cramps, Jungkook. They are really painful." He frowned and his eyes full of concern. "Okay, just rest here. I will be right back." He left the room and went to the kitchen. You could hear him moving around, the sound of pots and pans clicking. He returned a little while later with a bowl of warm soup, a hot pack, and a painkiller. "Here, this will help you," he said, handing you the hot pack. "I also got a painkiller. I called our family doctor to make sure it was okay." You took the hot pack and placed it on your lower abdomen, feeling immediate relief from the warmth. "Thank you, Jungkook," you said softly. As the evening turned into night, Jungkook stayed by your side, making sure you had everything you needed. After you finished the soup, he sat beside you on the bed, holding your hand. "Are you feeling any better?" he asked. "Yeah, I'm good now," you replied. "Good to hear," he replied, smiling gently. "Why don't you leave now? You have done so much already." "I will be alright. Go home and take a rest." He shook his head and laid beside you, which was quite shocking as well as surprising. "How can I sleep peacefully when my girl is in bad condition?" "My girl?" you whispered. "Yes, I didn't give you freedom to express your feelings." When you turned at him and was looking surprisingly. "I know you have feelings for me. I'm sorry. It took me this much time to realize it." "Jungkook." "Yes, Ryan, I love you, and I realized it today. When I rejected Mina's offer, I didn't feel bad, but I felt so bad to see you in pain. This made me realize I can never ever feel another girl just how I feel for you." You smiled at him and snuggled into his embrace while he kissed your forehead with all affection. That whole night he comforted you with his presence and all the love. Thank you for watching.